What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politicking Podcast. The reaction. Uh yeah. Uh we just got done watching that Gucci verse Young Jeezy. Uh the number at the bottom of the screen. You feel me? Y'all could tune in and tell us what y'all think, who y'all think. Uh, I don't want to go too far deep into it as far as who I think, um, but I will say, really, it's the shit gonna be torn just due to the fact of it's it's too much history. It's too much a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And how I truly feel is like in reality, it's two types of lifestyles. You got one, you Gucci. You got one, you Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on what you was going through at that time, where they was, popping and taking over the world and shit like that. But yeah, I feel like it was a look. If you fuck with Jeezy, you know what I'm saying, then you was a hustling ass businessman. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with Gucci, you know what I'm saying, you was a hustling ass nigga that'll rob you. Like, nigga, take your shit up top. Like, and that's just how I feel. Like, Gucci is for the Goonies. Jeezy is for the niggas that got a job, that want to be street. Most niggas be want to be street. I can't like speak on that like as if I'm like that, but most niggas will want to be street, shit like that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just how I feel about that. But ultimately, this 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 shit was dope. It was fire. I was turned up. Like, nigga, like niggas was lit. Niggas, this shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit had 1 point some million views on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is lit out there. I feel like I had a job, so I always like I could understand where Jeezy was coming from. Like, I came from where both of them came from, as far as you street, you this, you that. You know what I'm saying? You been through some shit, but the route I took was the Jeezy route. Jeezy, to me, thug motivation, inspiration. Can't ban a snowman. And I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about who I was gonna go with. You know, I don't know why I just started talking about that shit, but I know I did say I wasn't gonna speak on that. But yeah, I fucked with Jeezy all the way around. Um, like, I feel like Gucci kind of knew, like, his influence, his impact is hit just as hard as a Jeezy. But the 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 realness of it is the impact it hit, but that back to back to back to back, like, Jeezy really had anthems out there, bro. Like, I hope the mic ain't sounding crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? But Jeezy really had the anthems. You know what I'm saying? And the anthems, to me, was it just reaches more than the image. You feel me? Like Gucci came out on some, some he was talking shit. I like that shit. Like Gucci came out popping that shit for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like like the nigga was nigga dropped a diss song live. I want to say, look, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm rocking with that. Like that nigga dropped a diss song live, and he was talking that shit, like, and made a banger. Let's not forget that. Like he probably, I don't know, but that shit was hard. But outside of that, I fuck with my nigga Young Jeezy. Like I don't know, if you disagree, call in. If you agree, then you know call in and let us know what you think. This is just my opinion of it all, but yeah, I feel like I don't know, man. Like even the way it ended, it was like niggas. It was like what motherfuckers want Trump to do, concede, and like you got to concede to this shit. You lost. So I feel like what Jeezy did was just like neutralize the situation by, nigga, we gonna play this so icy. What, nigga? It's just a banger. I don't care what nobody say. That's just a banger between both of them niggas. You feel me? Like that's just a. You feel me? Right off the rennet. You feel me? Like, hey, this shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm turned up low key. For real. You know what I'm saying? Had a little snips. You feel me? A little dranky drink. And now we live to really just dive in on the festivities. This shit was lit. Like, both of these niggas came out like boxers, these long robe jackets. Like they look like robes, but they too expensive to be just worn in the house type shit. If you looking at it how I look at it, but them niggas was out there, and Gucci came out, and Jeezy played it the way. In my life, that's how I play shit. Like a nigga come out, and I just be chilling. Like I ain't gonna just bust my neck to try to flex and see who tougher. Like that ain't never been my style. But when Jeezy got up, and he low key was hyping it up. Like when I take the jacket off, nah, I ain't taking it off yet. I ain't taking it off yet. Like yeah, I don't know, man. If y'all feel like I'm on bullshit, then y'all let me know. But the facts of the matter is, I really fuck with that nigga Jeezy shit though. Like I listened to that shit for the last 3 days because I knew the battle was coming up, and I'm like, let me listen to some old Jeezy, nigga. Yeah, you can't like just I don't know, and like I said, I know a lot of people that fuck with Gucci. And I fucked with Gucci at here in point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the relatability. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's it. But at the same time, both of them legends. I don't know the record, but them niggas probably did break the internet. Low key skis, for real skis. But yeah, I don't know. I think this shit was dope. Like this shit was what it was supposed to be. Niggas was talking greasy. Niggas said I popped your mans. I did this, did that, A, B, C, the third. You know what I'm saying? So like I think this shit was hyped up the way it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas really had 500,000 people in the fucking viewership waiting an hour just to watch it. Them niggas, this shit was some legendary shit. Niggas can't hate. You know what I'm saying? I really fuck with it. I really fuck with it. I like that shit. Um, yeah, I like that shit. That shit was dope. Like niggas, everybody I talked to, it was a party. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas turned them. Niggas was talking about, oh, these niggas about to get to shoot with each other. And the way Jeezy played it at the end, he did low key play it on some nigga. Let's get this shit straight at all once and all, once for all, whatever that shit. Like let's get this shit together. Woo, woo, woo. And then you see these niggas like standing up, walking towards. I'm like, all right, okay, all right, this nigga's about to get it cracking. Oh shit, you know. So I thought that shit was dope. That shit was popping. Um, you know, y'all just let me know if I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just certain songs when Jeezy played. Like I was like, damn, that's my shit. It was like 2 or 3 songs Gucci played where I was like, oh shit, breaks. All right, breaks. Hey, that shit was a man. And the whole thing about it is with these fucking verses is on live and shit. Like the comment section be a whole club for real. Like you be seeing motherfuckers saying all kind of shit like you know, and then the thirsty motherfuckers. I consider these motherfuckers the type that you know walk past you won't say nothing, then look at you, then walk past you again, don't say nothing, then look at you, like creepy shit, like nigga just go get her number type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga be sitting there reposting the same comment back to back to back. Like maybe it's a fake account or something. I don't know, but that shit is trippy. You know, but other than that, that's just like a club. Like that should be real lit. You know what I'm saying? But I know the title of the stream is you know the versus battle. That's what it is. But we could talk about some other shit too. You know what I'm saying? But again, comment or call. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you feel about the versus battle, and hit the cash app and you know subscribe, like you know to the YouTube channel, Politicking Network. Uh, Hit us on Twitter, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. Uh, and we streaming on Facebook too. I don't know the actual channel or the page, but we streaming on Facebook. Uh, but yeah, you know, I ain't got no new music to play tonight. I might have, but I don't know. I might have, but I don't know. But um, yeah, let's talk about Lil Boosie got shot. All right, let's start from the beginning. King Von, Mo3, Boosie or Benny the Butcher. One of them two came next, but I want to say it was Boosie. I want to say it was Boosie because Boosie was still, you know, niggas was still mourning and paying respects to Mo3. So you know, how I feel is, uh, if you in if you in uh if you really in kind of like beef or street shit or just anything with anybody from any area, cause all this like everybody talking about the air, like Ti. Oh, he said don't bring this to us. Nigga, this shit happening everywhere. The scary part to a nigga like me is like it ain't happening in areas that you probably just chilling out there or like y'all niggas is two niggas from a different area meeting each other in this one city or state and y'all popping off. Look, get it cracking wherever. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the realness goes. You know what I'm saying? But how I look at it is niggas like Boosie, all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you know he should have probably tried to do more as an OG because Boosie an OG to me at least. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all feel that way, but if y'all do, call in and let us know. But like to me, he a legend, like OG. You know what I'm saying? Like to where I seen some shit. I don't know if it's allegedly his wounds. You know what I'm saying is affecting his whole his wounds is affecting his whole thing with his diabetes and nigga. I don't know. I don't want to even put it out there. If anybody's seen it, then y'all talk about it. But I don't necessarily want to put that energy out there if it ain't true because I just seen it off some people's post or something like nobody credible. I would say that make me just oh shit, he about to have to go through this shit. But you know, yeah, like niggas don't just think you straight by being outside of your state. That's a bar. A fact though. Don't just think because oh we got this beef out here with these little niggas in my city. They tripping, they hating because we pop first, whatever. Like don't just necessarily think that. You know what I'm saying? Like move the same way you do in your state, your city, your section, knowing that if you a nigga that's getting it, if you ain't able to break bread like that with all your people right away, um, and they not necessarily what you would call doing as good as you, whatever shit like that. However the situation may go, you want to make sure that you could explain to them like I ain't got it like that. Don't be one of them niggas that's popping and let that shit go to your head to where now you over here popping on niggas that yeah, you know these niggas out here really gritting. They gritting out here in these streets. They seeing more money than you. Yeah, you got a little bit more attention and more fame, but they still touching more than you. So when you finally pass that level of now you eating on a larger platform and level, they might not take it so well. So you gotta be cognizant of that and just always be willing to be somebody that's not sitting on niggas as opposed to wanting to teach and show and give you know, that OG perspective back to what I feel like maybe if Boosie had a chance to do. I seen some interview with Vlad where he was saying if he was able to talk to him, he was supposed to go to the same spot that shit happened. Thank God he didn't because he might have been shot that night. You know what I'm saying? So thank God he didn't make it there. But we got to be able to try to first off, if you live in a rap life, you gotta be able to let go of that street life. And if you know you got bad karma, like you done did some grimy shit in the streets, uh, motherfuckers you bound to have somebody come looking for you no matter what, nigga. This beef is for life, nigga. Whenever I see you, it's on sight. Like you gotta be able to move different, and that's what we seeing. Like from what I seen, Mo3, that nigga, he was leaving the female house. How easy is that to get caught? Like you could have been up in the penthouse. Look, Uber here. Even then, if niggas want to get you, they gonna get you. Shout out to my nigga Star. The streets gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it. So no matter how you try to move or pop off, it's still gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the energy you putting out, the way you shitting on niggas, the way you trying to make it seem like you this and you that and they not and they this, you know what I'm saying? Like that carries, because it's a lot of niggas that really is out here hurt. You know what I'm saying? They emotional. You know what I'm saying? They don't know no better. You feel me? Like, so to me, that just shows you gotta be willing to at least, you know what I'm saying, want to give a reaching hand out to those that's less fortunate than you, and not about money. I'm talking about up here. You know what I'm saying? You will see a lost motherfucker from a mile away, but it's what you do when they in your face that matters. You feel me? Like, fuck that trying to be gangster, trying to, I got this much money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know, every millionaire you ever seen, they walking around with some fucking boot cut jeans. Like, look at Michael Jordan. This nigga dressed like a whole cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else clowning, but he a cowboy. Nigga be wearing some fucking cowboy boots with the spurs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I look at it. But if you disagree, get in the comments, say what you need to say. I mean, I don't know. But that's just how I look at it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas getting shot going to pay their respects to a dead man. The streets is wicked. Like, and I ain't saying it on some, we ain't never seen this type of shit. Niggas get shot at funerals all the time. And we know this shit. I know. I feel y'all. That's not my point. It's who getting shot. But let's move on. Is Lil Wayne working with the feds, trying to get off for 10 years? I think, allegedly, it makes sense why he was rocking that sweater next to Donald Trump and, been doing what he doing. Because he probably, you gotta know, bro, when you going through the feds, nigga, y'all ain't never watched Goodfellas? These niggas was seeing the helicopters coming on shit. Like, these niggas was seeing this shit before they even got approached. You don't think this nigga knew? He knew. Facts. He knew. You know what I'm saying? Him knowing, is it bad? Nah. It's not, but at the same time, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. We got a caller on the line. Let's see where it go. Caller, you're live.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing today, caller?
Hey, I'm doing good.
What's your name? Where you from?
James. I'm from Texas, South Texas.
Texas, South Texas. Okay. All right. So how you feel about the topics that we're talking about today? You been tuning in, or you just kind of it was in your algorithms on YouTube?
I don't know anything about algorithms on YouTube, man. I don't even use YouTube.
Okay.
Just on Blog Talk.
Okay.
I was listening, and I heard it. I just listened for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I was like, hey, man, this is interesting. I enjoy conversations, so I appreciate you taking my call. I really do. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's what blog talks about. That's what we about, you know. For sure, man. So, do you got anything you wanna speak about? Any perspectives? Any outlooks on anything that's going on in your life that you wanna speak about?
Well, I was trying to. I think the point of your the points that you were making. You were talking about. Let me see if I remember. You were talking about Giuliani. You mentioned Giuliani.
Oh no! I didn't mention Giuliani. But what about
Okay,
him?
hold
Let's
on.
talk about him. We could talk about him. What about him?
Well, no, I don't really know that much. But it is, I do enjoy politics, man, and being in South Texas, you know how it is here. South Texas, we're mostly, Hispanic. I'm Hispanic.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's
but
what's up,
one of
man.
the things that I think is interesting is how many votes went Republican, in the Hispanic areas.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means. What do you think?
I think it could be a lot of people or a lot of different places in their life than what we as a general public would assume, you know. So we could assume because he said that he want to build a wall that would make every person that's Hispanic or of that region that would just be totally against it, you know. So I feel like everybody has their reasons and their whys.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. So, what do you think about, the big thing that I saw in the news today was, the whole challenging of the election results. Um,
It's
what do
been
you think about that?
it's been tough or what's up?
No, I'm talking about the legal challenges that Trump is making with all the supposed voter fraud.
Right.
That came out today. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's what exactly we should expect, right? He showed us exactly how he feels, what he does, um, how he acts. You know, is it really a surprise? You know, I'm not really shocked that somebody that told us if I lose to a person like him, like I wouldn't be able to talk to you. I wouldn't be able to do this. I probably leave the country. You know, he said these things. I believe he really feel that way. You know, so I mean, I'm not totally shocked or surprised by it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
I don't mean to sound rude or anything.
yeah.
Are you African American?
Nah, I'm African American. Yeah, descent.
Okay. Honestly, I'm not trying to be rude or
No, no,
anything. I
no.
hope you don't take
I
it.
know, man. Look, I totally understand it, and I appreciate you asking that question because a lot of people wouldn't know, a lot of people wouldn't care, but at the same time, I appreciate you wanting to, you know, understand that.
If I may ask a question, it's not meant to be loaded,
Yeah.
but one thing that I've heard a lot about, particularly from Democrats, is that America is systemically racist and
Mm.
police are systemically racist. Um, I would I would love to hear if you agree with that. I would love to hear why you agree with that. If you don't agree with that, I would also like to hear that as well.
Well, I don't want to sound like I always play the fence, but everybody's personal experience is their personal experience. Now, me being African American, like, can I say I've seen certain things that fits the criteria of systemic racism? Yeah. Now, uh, is it something that I'm going to allow to stop me from accomplishing what I am allowed to, my what they call God given right in the country of America to do. No, I won't allow that to stop me from trying to be the best person that I can be, or uh, get a platform that could inform and build, and things like that. Like I wouldn't allow anything like that to stop me. But I'll be a liar and just phony to not acknowledge what it is that goes on. So yeah, it is systemic racism that goes on. It just depends on uh, if you want to speak about classism. It's about your class in society. Is how often, how extreme it'll be that you see these things, and you experience these things. So anybody that takes it upon themselves to want to learn more, to be better, and to help others that don't know as much as them, I appreciate it.
So I think I heard a couple of things that you touched on that I think are interesting. You said that you believe that systemic racism does exist, and yet you refuse to allow that or to let that hold you back.
Right, because
Is that yeah?
yeah, I mean, it's like if you got an older brother, right? Every time you get your um, every time you get your portion of the allowance, right? Your parents might give y'all $20, but you got to split it between you two, right? Every time you get your $10, you got this big brother that's intrude and then and psyching you out and tricking you into giving you or giving him a piece of your $10, which you worked hard for. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. I mean, it might sound crazy, but that's politic and podcast. Like, it's not gonna be a perspective that you're gonna think that a person looking like me that stands the height or build or speak the way I speak will think. I'm not a part of any type of stereotypes, even though I fit a lot of them, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's a great analogy because I had an older brother and the same kind of thing, man. They take advantage of you.
Yeah, man. And the cold thing about it is I don't have an older brother. I had an older brother uh, figure in my life. Rest in peace to OJ. He was the original Politic and Podcast co-host. But outside of him, I was the older brother, so I used to do those things to my little siblings. So I got a different way that I see things. Could I have allowed my sister to have the last piece of string in her Sour Patch straws? I could have let her have that, but your big brother gonna protect you, right? So that's kind of the way I feel like America has done to not only black people but the minorities, as a whole,
So, if I may ask a question related to that, so if you're saying that systemic racism exists, but you won't let it hold you back,
right?
Um, do you think that other people also would feel that way, or I mean, what is it about you that makes you feel like that's not going to hold me back versus someone who doesn't feel that and simply just accepts that systemic racism is there and that's why I am where I am and there's nothing I can do about it?
Well, I think it just comes down to the fact that it's a loser mentality. Like I can't allow that to be the reason why you beat me. That could be the only reason why you beat me, but it still won't be that make me feel like you beat me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's really your heart, your mind. And I was raised by strong black people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
And so I instill that in my kids. It's about right and wrong, good and bad. I don't care what you choose to deal with as far as your sexual preference. I don't care who you choose to believe in as far as your religion, if you choose to have one. I don't care about none of that. Long as you do what you got to do to be a good versus wrong or bad, right versus wrong or good. You know, you got to be able to hold those standards and understand that that person right there, what they tripping off of, $20, whatever, that's not your struggle. You ain't got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at things. I look at things like that to where I don't want anybody to think that I'm weak because of the things you say or do to me. Because I believe
Mhm.
in karma. Like, I'm a person that believes in the universe. You know what I'm saying? I believe the universe gives you what you give it. You feel me? So no matter how
Mhm.
many stones you throw at me, I'm bound to beat you just what the energy is gonna do. The energy you going
Mhm.
against. It's not me. You going against the energy behind me and on me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at things. You know.
So, if I may ask another follow-up question, um, and I'm not trying to,
Hey man, what's your
uh,
name again?
James.
James. Hey James, man, you pretty cool. You got a platform, huh?
I'm trying. I'm thinking of starting a podcast. If
Okay.
I do, I'd love to have you as a guest.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, just
So,
that cash app right
um,
there. You know, but yeah, we could definitely talk. Hit the email politicandpodcast@gmail.com. You know, but yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
I'll check that out.
What's your follow up question?
So, I don't mean to go too political, but that is my tendency, I have to admit. Um, do you support the Democrat Party more than the Republican Party, or do you have a political affiliation?
Nah, I don't. I don't. I'm not
Ah,
religious
you don't
either.
have a political
You ain't even
affiliation.
got to ask me that question. I'm not even religious, so no, I don't. I don't have a political preference. I believe the way I think is the same way most people should think. Is what benefits you. You know. Now in this election, it was man, it was hard, bro. You know, but everybody I hope did what they felt was best for them. You know. What about
Hmm.
you?
Well, I think your answer is very revealing, and it actually surprises me, and I might even say encourages me because uh, from I will admit I voted Republican. I'm tend to vote more Republican, but
Yeah,
politically and philosophically, because there's a difference between your political leanings versus your philosophical leanings. Sometimes they don't always align.
right.
Philosophically, I consider myself a libertarian.
Mm,
I'm like, which sounds like you. You want to do what's best for yourself. You want to take care of your family. You want to take care of your children,
right.
take care of your household. You don't want to be intruded upon or bothered by government forces or other people. I just it's about you and your legacy and what you give to your children, etc.
Yeah.
Um, that's my philosophy. And one of the things that you mentioned that I thought was very, very insightful is that you don't let the idea of systemic racism keep you down. But
Yeah.
I never heard that message from the Democrat Party because what I always heard from the Democrat Party is that systemic racism is real and that's why it keeps you down. They never talk about that the idea
Yeah.
of not being kept down, the idea that you can overcome anything, that there's nothing that can get in your way, and maybe that's why you don't align totally with the Democrat Party. I don't know.
Yeah,
To me,
yeah, yeah.
it almost like
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean that's the thing is eventually you gotta start to hold everybody accountable, right? So it might be more comfortable for me to just go with the Democratic Party, but now I want to hold everybody accountable. You know, we could let Democrats promote uh, what the black community or minority communities, inner cities go through every election year, but what is it that they doing in between there? You know, so um, that's how I look at it. Is yeah, it's somewhere along those lines. I would say.
Yeah, and I think that's really insightful because the and maybe I'll reveal just a little bit about myself. You know, I'm actually an immigrant. I'm a
Yeah.
technically a first generation immigrant. I came here from South America when I was like 2 years old. My family came here. My dad came here with a dream and nothing in his pocket,
Mm.
and he became very successful. And I benefited from it. His family benefited from it, and yeah, and it's different. We're Hispanic. We're not black, so we don't. I didn't
Right. Right.
experience the same kind of prejudice that a black person would, and I acknowledge that, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never pretend that my any prejudice that I felt would be the equivalent of someone that's African American, of course. But I did experience a certain amount of it, but I didn't. I didn't let it bother me. I mean, I didn't think about it. I didn't think like, oh, this is something that's going to oppress me and affect how my life proceeds in the future.
Right.
And I learned that from my father because he came here with nothing. He came here with a dream. He left his family, his relative. We were just a single family. I had no cousins who were here. I had no uncles. It was just us, just this little family. All of my extended family were back in South America. We were a little silo, a little island, and we did great. My father worked hard, and he taught me to work hard. And I guess from that experience, it seems to me that it just proves that this country, there's nothing you can't do. Doesn't mean that everything is guaranteed,
Right.
but man, the opportunity is there. So why let something like the idea of systemic racism keep you back? And when I hear you say that that's not going to keep you down, even if it exists, it's not going to hold you back.
But
That actually,
we still want to keep in mind that not everybody has has went through, seen, been like going through the things that I've been through. So it's really all off your own perception, personal perception. So a lot of people that may look like me or look like you may be looking at us both like, whoa, what you talking about? But anybody that's been through anything, I guess you would say, could appreciate the mindset of somebody that I don't have to put you down to not see things your way type thing, I guess. But
mm,
yeah, I don't want it to be a thing of is being like a broad like perception of what everybody else may feel. Like I got cousins that they don't think the way I think. They like we argue about differences about different things, but that's just what it is. But at the same time, my core values is equality. You feel me? So like I may look at certain things or I may not make excuses when I feel like, you know, the government may make excuses or the black community, the Hispanic community, white community, whatever, whoever may make excuses, that don't getting me into that conversation. That's not what triggers me, you know. So
Hmm. So, if I may ask one more question, I find it fascinating. Um, do you, what do you think about, or what is your opinion on the idea that the Democrat Party is sort of leaning more to this progressive socialist ideology and
I
trying to push the country more in that direction?
yeah, I don't give a fuck. They just straight up like yeah, yeah, I don't really care, bro. Like just me being me personally, like it doesn't nothing shocks me, I guess. I'm not surprised anymore, so I might get bored with the the headlines and the news about politics and government
Hmm.
than what I was before, you know. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I guess for me that's the I'm since I more of a libertarian
Yeah,
and I want more freedom and I want more freedom to do what I want to do. Um, that does concern me a little bit because socialism is sort of antithetical to personal liberty. I mean, if you think about socialism, that's the government sort of telling you what you can and can't do, and
right,
and I
right.
I, don't- I don't like it. So that concerns me a little bit.
Yeah. Um. So, how do you feel about Trump?
Well, I mean, as far as his policies, I was pretty happy with the policies that he made. The country was going great until COVID hit.
Do you think he handled
So
COVID correctly?
I don't think anybody did, but
Yeah.
I don't
What
think he
about
did
your
any worse
president,
than.
though? What about the president?
You mean Trump?
Yeah, Trump. Trump.
Yeah. So COVID is interesting because if you remember in the early days of COVID back in January, or, December, January, when we were first starting to hear about it, um, the World Health Organization was literally saying all kinds of contradictory, back and forth things. They came out and said, well, it was a weird thing that came out in Wuhan. We have it under control. And then they said that it cannot be transmitted from human to human, so don't worry about it. And it was around the same time, I think we had like 5 cases in the U.S., and then Trump said, all right, that's enough. We're going to ban travel from China. And everybody got mad at him and said that he's a xenophobe and all this stuff. And then you have Nancy Pelosi dancing in the streets in Chinatown talking about, there's nothing to worry about with COVID. It's all a bunch of, just Trump being racist, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And then months later, we find out, it is transmissible between humans, and we're not really sure exactly what this is, and nobody knew anything. It was a clusterfuck, right? It was just
Right.
a
Right.
shit show. And so, and that was true for every country. Nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew how it was transmitted. Nobody knew how transmissible it was. They didn't know if it was aerosolized or if they didn't know if it could, you could transmit it on a doorknob or on a cardboard box. Nobody knew anything,
Yeah.
and that was
Nobody knew
true
if you
everywhere.
could fucking inject Lysol, bleach, nothing. Yeah, you
Yeah,
right.
nobody knew anything, and they were trying to treat it. They, use steroids, or steroids work, steroids don't work. What is that stuff called? Chlorozone, chloroquidazole, whatever that stuff that Trump was
Yeah,
talking about.
chloroquine
It's like,
or
okay,
some shit
use
like
it, it
that.
works, and then other people say, no, don't use it, don't work, it doesn't work. Nobody knew anything. It was a shit show.
Right.
I'm not sure that that's uniquely Trump's fault,
Right.
especially when you consider that WHO was giving all kinds of mixed messages, and our own CDC was giving mixed messages. Fauci, everybody talks about Dr. Fauci. He was the guy that was, in March and April, Fauci and the Surgeon General was talking about not wearing masks. No, don't wear masks. You shouldn't wear masks because you can wear them improperly and they don't work, yada, yada. And then, a month or two later, they say, well, okay, we said that because we wanted to preserve the masks for our frontline workers. So, I mean, it was just a complete shit show, and I'm not sure that any of that is attributable uniquely to Trump.
Yeah, I feel like every shit show starts with a turd, and in certain situations, you gotta put the blame on your commander in chief as opposed to the pieces that play around him. Honestly speaking, yeah, people did make the whole thing. He's a racist. He's this and that. I don't think he's necessarily a racist. He may be prejudiced, but I don't think he's just a racist just due to the fact that if we look back in the 90s, he was the most talked about person in rap songs. He was in all the videos, pictures, things like that. So I don't want to necessarily say he's racist, but he could have done a lot more to calm that sentiment about him down, and I feel like with that and the lack thereof, it opens you up to people looking and viewing you as a certain type of person. Not even speaking on what your background is, like not even speaking on that, So I feel like we could say it was a shit show. We could call it entertaining, extended episode of The Apprentice, but in all reality, to me, it was something that just it was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It was dangerous to not just certain pieces of this country, but to the whole country. And you still can't just necessarily trust anybody on either side, because government is government. At the end of the day, they go have coffee with each other after they done argued on TV. So like that's just the reality. So we really can't put too much into anything, but just really do your research. I say I'm a sponge, so I soak in everything, but I release the shit that don't mean shit to me. When I squeeze that sponge after having water run on it and the soap and everything, like when I'm squeezing it, all that shit that I don't care about just runs out my hand, and then I utilize what's in that sponge, So that's how I am.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah, that's how everybody should be. But I appreciate you, calling in and giving your perspective, and definitely, man, hit me on the email. That way, when you do start your podcast and everything, I could tune in, and I could interview you on your show like you interviewed me on mine, and we could.
Hey, my pleasure, man. We'll do it again, okay?
Facts. You have a great night, buddy.
You too. Thanks. Have a great one.
No problem, man. Well, we know the phone lines are working, people. Somebody spamming the comments. I don't know what part you responding to, but yeah, you support Trump, that's cool. You support Biden, that's cool. I don't give a fuck. I guess this all started with Lil Wayne. He charged facing 10 years for gun charges. Like, his stint with Trump is that him trying to be able to, get that pardon. Is he trying to get a pardon? Trump pardoned all his homeboys. You feel me? Who knows? But that's what I feel about that one. But yeah, is Gucci the winner or Jeezy the winner? You know, we could keep talking about that. Y'all could call in. I don't know if we lagging or not. Y'all let me know. You feel me? That was Jonathan Jonathan was one of them. Uh, I want to say Jonathan because that's my nephew's name, but I might be butchering your shit. But yeah, straight up. I appreciate his perspective. That's what we try to do on politicking. You see, like he came in, pow, 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 pow. I like shit like that, man. You gonna be fucked up by seeing that I'm not who you thought I sounded like, motherfuckers. So that's the conversation. We gonna talk, see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Meek Mill band from North Philly. Uh, Young niggas ain't fucking with that shit, man. You done rip and ran the streets, made a couple milli off the streets. Now you doing this shit, trying to preach. Dang, I got bars. I ain't gonna lie, that must be the alcohol talking. I'm lit. You feel me? But yeah, I feel like shout out to my nigga Young Jeezy. Um, uh, hold on one second. Yeah, but yeah, we on, but you know, all right, I gotta talk about this Lil Wayne shit. I was trying to let it go because I ain't want to keep making this consistently about Trump or anything like that. But um, yeah, fuck it. Hold on. We got a call coming in. Hold on, let's see. Politicking podcast. You on live?
Thank you for letting me in. This Politicking Podcast?
Yes, this is Politicking podcast. How are you? Where are you from? What's your name?
I'm good. I'm from California, and I was looking at um the whole live, for the verses, and I'm not really too familiar about the verses, but I was just wondering what the whole lemon is and the snowflake. What is that about? Because I saw that a lot going up and down the verses feed on, I think it was Twitter. Do you
Oh,
know what those
so
emojis stand for?
yeah. Snow is snowman. Can't ban the snowman, Young Jeezy. Uh, you said a lemon. I
Oh.
guess cause
Mhm.
Gucci Mane had a song called Lemonade. I don't know. I don't know. I
Oh.
thought they would have had like a Gucci patch on there or something, but I guess not.
Yeah, because it
But
just seemed like every time that person started, with their song, they would, throw up the snowman. Well, Jeezy had snowmen, snowflakes, and anything that had to do with cold, the cold face. But it seemed like the lemon. It's like, were they cheering him on, or were they throwing him lemons? Like, how they throw oranges. The whole thing, you throw oranges at the people who's doing bad on stage or something. So, that's
nah,
interesting.
nah. The lemon was. I don't know. Like, did they say was they atting Gucci with the lemon, or was it like I don't know?
Oh no.
I feel like if they was just dropping lemons, they probably talking about Gucci like he always talking about lemonade this, lemonade diamonds. Maybe he got a whole song called
Yeah,
Lemonade.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
No,
so that's probably
that's
what
the
it
only
is.
thing I really know about him too.
Cause I ain't
Uh,
gonna lie, I gotta go on Twitter. I ain't even pay no attention to that for real.
yeah, I hope you posted that, but I was looking at the live you had on there, and you had the Versus TV up with the
Yeah, we had the
everyone
verses up.
commenting, and that's the first thing I noticed. And I said, okay, so they're throwing up lemons for Gucci, and then once Jeezy came on, I was like, okay, let's see what they throw up for him, and then they did the snowman and the
Snowman.
snowflake. So, and okay, yeah, that makes sense. I guess I have to look and see about the lemon, but I know he's known for that lemonade song, so that's probably what it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
nah.
last thing I wanted to
Uh-huh.
ask you about, um, first question is, who do you think won? Who's your favorite? And then the last question is, um, I wanted to know a little bit of history of who started their career first. I'm not sure if that's
Uh,
something that you know, but
Started their career first. I don't know. Um, I went with Jeezy though, just because that's who like I was even listening to Jeezy up until earlier today before the versus battle. Um, Gucci Mane was cool though. I fuck with. I did not dislike Gucci. You feel me? It's just one of those things I didn't necessarily like. Just like listen to his music. Only album I listened to of Gucci was the only what got me on him was the Radrick versus Babe the State versus Radrick Davis or some shit like that. Like that was
hmm.
that's where I went with it. But other than that, like even fucking church in these streets, like man, what Jeezy 100. Shout out my nigga Mississippi. You already know, bruh. Jeezy. Facts.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I feel like I heard about Jeezy first growing up in the '90s. I've heard about him first, but who knows? Gucci could have started it way before, but I feel like Jeezy came off strong and known that more than uh,
Yeah.
Gucci Man. And I do feel like lyrically, he's more that I would say like a more original sound.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion, and I do think he won. I don't know if they announced it or not yet, but
Yeah, I mean,
I feel the same.
Jeezy started off slow as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. He started off slow, but he maintained that that inspiration mentality. Like, nigga, I ain't about to just, I'ma just cause Big Guwak came out with a diss track. I don't know if I'm wrong or if I'm right, but I ain't never
Oh
heard
wow.
that song until tonight. And I don't know why I keep rapping. Hey, look, y'all can tell when I drink, I be trying to freestyle like a motherfucker. Look, I don't know, but all I know is that diss track he came out with. He says something like it's Gucci verse G, like oh G. Hey,
Wow. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I don't look. I don't know, but what I do know is it gotta be Jeezy. If you like I said earlier in this show, you know what I'm saying. If you rocking with Big Gucci, no. Let me say it the way I had it. I said it depends on what you going through in your life, right? So depending on what you was going through at the time of these songs these niggas was dropping, you know what I'm saying? Depending on
Hmm.
what you was going through, you was either a hustler moving like a gangster, like how Jeezy did, or you was a hustler moving like a robber, like Gucci sounded like. Like Gucci was like the boogeyman. I don't know, but after the nigga caught a body and didn't go to jail because it was self defense, that nigga turned into the fucking boogeyman. I wasn't living that type of lifestyle. Like, I was coming in the house before the
Mhm.
street lights come on type shit. You feel me? Like I wasn't that gangster living like out here in the the trenches. You feel me? I was a nigga that had a job
Right.
that'll listen to Jeezy, and on my way to work, I'm sitting there rapping that shit like I'm in a music video. I assume
Right.
that at that point in time, if you listen to Gucci, you was one of them niggas taking pictures with your gun on Facebook and indicting yourself like, yeah, I'm gangster, nigga. Pew, 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 pew. But I fuck with Gucci though, and I fuck with all my relatives that fuck with Gucci. You know what I'm saying? They all mad at me, most of them, except my
Yeah. I mean,
my female cousin.
do you feel like I don't know, do you feel like one or the other developed their craft a little bit more than another one? Because I just see them now, and it just seems like okay, they both developed their craft, and maybe one more than the other.
Yeah,
You know, looking at their history and things, but that craft seems like it matches.
where they
You
at
know, the
right
way
now?
they're yeah, like their
Cause Gucci was
originality
on
of
some
how they
gangster
look
shit.
now versus how they looked before.
But at the same time, I think Gucci, like, he was on some gangster shit, but at the same time, I know they didn't have his verses without them probably already chopping it up. They probably been squashed all they bullshit. They probably talked about,
Yeah.
hey, bro, I'm going to post this. Because what niggas forgot is how much of a troll that nigga Gucci Mane was, like, before he got cloned, quote unquote. That's allegedly. I don't want to be sued for no shit, but you know,
Oh.
sip. You
Mhm.
could hit the line. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want anybody to feel that way. Like, but Gucci was being. I ain't gonna lie. Gucci knew that he wasn't gonna win. Like Gucci was like, man, let's talk. Let's play these new hits, nigga. You playing all this old shit, nigga. Cause he knew, like
Yeah.
Gucci moved for them niggas that was bagging up and I'm telling you, like I know, like this nigga Jeezy was a nigga for the general. It like Genie was for the Jeezy was for the general population. You know what I'm saying? The general population was fucking with the mainstream, like, and that's the thing too. Another reason why you can't just do it off of your street cred. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy plays songs that, like Gucci, you gotta, man. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Like what?
Yeah.
What? Man, look.
Yeah. No, you have a lot of you have a lot more knowledge than I do, but it seems like it matches what I've seen on stage just tonight.
Right.
That Yeezy's more of he has an original. They both are original, but let's say he is more original in a sense that he's kept that same sound,
Mm-hmm.
his whole time. Versus, I think Gucci went through a phase of where he wanted to change. He wanted to keep being the biggest, the newest thing and making music that the younger generation can bop to. You know what I mean? So I feel
Right.
like his style matched that, and I guess if he wasn't cloned, he lost all that weight, and he's not as original, I would say, as Jeezy still is in his own, sense of style and music and choice
Right.
of words. I would say overall,
Right.
just his
Right.
whole persona is different.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. Um.
Because you see what Jeezy wore tonight
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
what Gucci wore. He's always he got that fresh trying to suit look, and
Right.
I don't know. I think he changed his teeth up a little bit. He just looked a lot more fake, I guess, to
Right.
me.
Right. Right.
Um, in his appearance, not that original. normal kind of look. It's like he just want to be to have that rich look. The newest look.
Well, the thing
What's the
is,
newest thing
both
to
of them
do?
are rich, so I don't think they could battle at who got more money. Nah, but I think what it
Oh
came
yeah,
down
no, not
to
at all.
was capturing what made the people love him. So, I like I don't want to say like one of them cliches, you know, you know, this was a legendary moment for hip hop, but like, nah, it wasn't that. It was just the most entertaining shit where you get to listen to two people that you listen to that the streets been pitting up against each other. Who better, who this, who that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it more so come down to. Um, but I definitely appreciate you calling in. We got the phone lines jumping. Uh, Definitely.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Do
Politics and
do
podcast. Have a good night.
do me a favor. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, um, call in again, because I feel
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
it sound like I know who you are. And you beautiful. All right.
Oh, I support the show. You
Yeah.
know that. I
Yeah.
support.
All right.
I appreciate your input.
No,
So thank
no,
you so much.
no
I'll
problem.
be calling back again.
For Sheezy, you have a great night.
Bye bye.
We got another caller on the line. Tap in, top 10.
What the word is, man?
What's the word? Oh, it's Big Sip Dog. Who won, bro? Who won, bro?
Yeah, Jeezy the snowman. I bet the winter time.
Hey,
Heard the streets was hungry. Nigga, it's dinner time.
nigga, tell me about it. Tell me about it, bro. Like, niggas was, I ain't gonna lie, niggas was sleeping on Jeezy this whole time, for real. Like,
Right.
the
Hey,
whole time leading up.
you know,
What's that?
you know what really got me for Jeezy? I was going for Jeezy from the jump anyway,
Yeah.
because the way WAP started off, and Jeezy as a man and as a gangster, and now kept his composure, not letting that shit affect him,
For
not
real
reacting to
gangster
shit. You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's more gangster to me, not getting in his feelings.
Bruh. I ain't gonna lie, but he keep it real. The way Jeezy acted on that platform is why he delivered the way he delivered on all those songs he played. And the nigga couldn't stop with the classics. Even Guwap was like, come on, man, stop playing that old shit, man.
Right. But even that new track Jeezy got out, it would have killed him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
Like
a
I feel
fact.
like everybody know Jeezy will rap circles around Gucci. To
Yeah.
me, bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, cause I was still in Mississippi when both on them dropped. They
Mm-hmm.
both dropped around like '02, '03. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jeezy came first.
And
Jeezy came first, then Gucci came with a Jeezy feature.
that's what it was, huh? So
Yeah, so you gotta think about it.
Jeezy low key did for Gucci what Drake did for the Migos
Yeah,
with the Versace. He came out with that remix and it was off to their career for real. They was gone.
exactly.
Yeah, that so icy,
Exactly,
huh?
man. Hell yeah.
And
So
that's
you got
why.
to think about it.
Yeah,
This nigga dropped 125 bodies of work. G's only dropped like 15, 14, 15 bodies of work. He still ain't got as many accomplishments.
hey. Or do you think that's because of the machine, or you think that's just because of the impact?
That because of the impact.
Ooh. Hey, that's how I feel, nigga. We went from old school
It, it,
Porsches to drop top Chevys.
I'm trying to
Couldn't
tell
walk
you,
a
man.
mile off him.
I was 13. I
Ooh.
was 13 years old going to them country ass clubs, man. That shit did something to you. That shit came on.
Man, bruh. Hey, yeah, Jeezy, bro. Like, when that nigga drop, nigga, I'd rather listen to your instrumentals.
Oh man.
Bruh, come on, man. He was the the nigga, come on, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. He inspired Gucci to drop those motherfucking ad libs. Brr! You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, nigga, you got burned because you was fucking with the snowman. See, I'm lit. I wasn't even supposed to be going in on who I really went for like that tonight. I was supposed to say that for like a Twitter rant or something. Like, you got me.
Man,
Hey.
what? me and my folks at home, we've been arguing about that shit all day, Gucci. We've been arguing about this shit for years, Gucci and stuff. So this shit, like, I don't know. It really took me back to my childhood like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Nah, that's how I feel. This was the conversation to where it used to make me mad when niggas used to be like, "Oh, I got one for you right now." This is where we gonna see if we on the same page. Who you got, Jeezy or Ricky Rose?
I don't know. Ross over there cut on them bars. Ross kind of hard to get G's
Oh
on them bars.
man, see, this is the difference between niggas that like say I fuck with Jeezy on this, but you like nah, I fuck with Jeezy on like against everybody, bro. I used to argue with niggas, bro, like all the time. Rick Ross, he's a lyricist somewhat,
Yeah. But no,
when
that's
he
what I said though. I said Ross kind of harder with them bars now.
but at the same time, it wasn't hitting the way a Jeezy was, bro. Like my nigga said, "Fuck am I doing?"
Oh no, man, they got down. That Ross came hard. Now I ain't gonna
Nah,
lie,
Ross came
hard.
hard, but who influenced him? Who
Like
was
I ain't
his
gonna
big
lie,
bro?
Jeezy, I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have to give it to Jeezy because I'm gonna tell you like this: Jeezy and Boosie has the most influence on my life. Being from where I'm from, and how I
Facts.
grew up.
Yeah. How you feel
So
about
when
that whole
Jeezy came
Boosie
out,
situation too?
with him getting shot,
Yeah.
man, niggas need to sit their ass down somewhere. Shit.
Yeah, man, this shit crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
don't
no,
know.
I feel you though. Like Lil Boosie to me made more of an impact than Gucci did to me.
For me, shit. See, Boosie my favorite rapper, really.
Okay, so you fuck with Boosie all the way down. Wipe me
Because
down.
like when the niggas used to rap, I used to walk outside and see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's facts. That's facts.
I used to walk outside and see the shit or whatever, you know. So that shit, you gonna feel that shit different.
Yeah. That's real
I ain't
though,
gonna
bro.
lie. When Jeezy came out, I was smoking. I was getting high. But when he came out, when I started listening to him,
Yeah.
see, I picked up the scale then. Man, I ain't lying.
Hey,
Man.
what you think about Lil Wayne? What you think about him? You know, he dealing with them charges.
It's like, how, bro? Like, damn.
Oh,
Like, I don't know,
nigga,
man.
I
I be
feel
like,
the
man, what
same
these
way,
niggas?
bro.
I be like, man, what these niggas be getting rich for?
Bruh, that's a fact, man. Like, these niggas out here with all this money, but still taking charges. I wish I would have a nigga on
Like,
a private jet that didn't put nothing on that bitch thinking that he won't face no jail time if anything was to happen. Nigga, fuck is you on a plane for? Nigga, that's one more
right.
person for them
Now,
to go through to get to me. I don't know.
I understand a
I
nigga
might be talking
protecting
too
himself,
much.
but it's a proper it's a proper procedure to protect yourself. Niggas
Yeah.
gotta get that shit out your head. It's lame to have security and shit.
Oh yeah,
Niggas
yeah.
gotta get that shit out their head, bro.
I mean, the thing that's gonna take it out their head is what we've been seeing in the last week and a half to 2 weeks is rappers. Like we hear about people that we done grew up with that don't got no type of real money or celebrity getting getting killed all the time. But now I think the niggas that motherfuckers go buy those ugly ass shoes with the spikes and shit. Like niggas got niggas buying ugly shit, but because they bought it and they got money, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is going with that. So how I feel you know, the influence of it all. That's where I think is gonna be the
Yeah.
downfall.
And
So
then like
with mm-hmm.
the logic of this shit, like the logic of the shit so fucked up. Motherfuckers be like they get on, then they homeboy shooter or whatever. So okay, to save your life, you want him to risk his life. He got to throw his life away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you can just get a security and get this nigga a different type of job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit
Nigga
is
come with
crazy.
insurance.
Yeah.
Security, real security come with insurance and some old shit, nigga. Like you want to be held accountable for a nigga that's supposed to take a bullet for you, or would you want to pay a little bit extra? And this insurance is gonna make sure him and his family straight in any situation. That's how it go. But the thing is niggas is flaunting and too big and bragging and boasting on social media to where they can't keep up to what protects that. You feel me?
Right.
Like I can't
And these
protect
niggas
what
care
I'm
about what the next
flossing.
and niggas care about what the next man say too much.
Oh yeah, niggas care more about what a nigga say to him than what a whole female thing. She could be an Instagram
Yeah.
model, and this nigga don't care that she done said your little wiener ass nigga, your little this, your little. She don't care about. Niggas don't care. But let a nigga be like,
Right.
nigga, you old hoe ass, pussy ass nigga. Like, nigga ready to go shoot up the whole family reunion. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, the mindset
Like, bro,
on niggas is different, bro.
yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up bad. Like I was looking at the King Von and Quando Rondo shit. Like when I
Yeah.
saw the second video, it's like, damn, can I blame the little nigga who shot because King Von walked up, but it was like 30 niggas walking up behind him.
Hey, it ain't self-defense, but at the same time, if that was my brother, I'm going to come do the same, especially if I know, because by this time they had an idea who it was. They knew who was about to walk up. They know the shit that they didn't talk, the disrespect they didn't spread. So if that was my little brother or my big brother, nigga, I ain't fighting either. I'm a blocker. But the thing about it is that it shouldn't even got to that point. It shouldn't have got to a point to where a man feel like somebody he care about, whether it's his homeboy or brother or dad, son. It shouldn't have came down to how much he loved that person to protect them or to anything like that. It shouldn't have came down to that. Niggas nowadays is reckless. Like, did you know?
Yeah.
And you probably did know. Put me up on game, but I just found out that when niggas be talking about they smoking loud pack or if they name the pack after somebody, that's them disrespecting the dead. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So,
That's
you know, like,
deep.
I've been on that shit since Chief Keef came out. Because, you know, like, before I moved to Cali, well, even since I've been in Cali, like, I done spent time in Chicago. I got a lot of family in Chicago and shit.
Yeah.
Then I was raised on some Chicago politics. It affected Mississippi a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You gonna have to
So
call in and touch down on that on another episode for sure. But yeah, go ahead, bro. Not to cut you off.
so like when Chief Keef came out or whatever, when he was like he smoking such and such, I didn't really know what it was till the other niggas responded.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, oh shit.
yeah. See,
So
I
then
just
like
found
I
that
don't know,
shit
bro.
out.
Like that. Yeah, that was some new shit, like new way of dissing. They like them niggas really changed the world, changed the whole country.
Oh yeah, the drill music changed
Yeah,
everything. Drill music changed everything. It made everything wild as fuck to where niggas gave no fucks. You feel me? To where
right. And it's
yeah,
crazy, bro. You got because when you look at it, like it ain't like the nigga came out telling people to go do this. He
right.
really came out telling his story.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact. And
You
and
know
and
what I'm
and
saying? Like,
and that just, if anything, that should have had people like, damn, that's crazy, as opposed to, damn, I wanna live that life too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all it is. It just influences motherfuckers. It just weak-minded motherfuckers anyway. You know, if you got any type of like mental strength or backbone, no matter what a person put on a track, it's not going to influence you to switch up how you move or do, you know, like. But that's what we dealing with. We dealing with a bunch of niggas that got money. It's life or death, but we don't give a fuck. Like, we don't care. Nigga, niggas is saying how much like they don't give a fuck, to a point that when they die, all you see is the shit that they done posted or said about the
right,
lack of wanting to be living, or the lack of fear of not being here. Like, you don't hear nobody talk about their kids or none of that, unless you Tory Lanez fighting the case. But I didn't mean to say that.
yeah.
I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, you
And
know,
that's the problem with this shit.
unless you going through some shit facing the penitentiary, that's the only time you want to speak about the shit that really matter. You know what I'm saying? Niggas talking about they smoking loud pack or such and such pack. And I'm thinking like, this shit like how high? How high them niggas smoked they partner. And it was all love. But you got these niggas smoking
Yeah,
niggas, and it's straight disrespect. Nigga, I was confused. I was like,
yeah. Then you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it now. When they mamas hear that shit.
nigga. And then you gotta understand, they not the only ones from this area. You feel me? They moms and everybody then been raised in that area. Like, if I know anything, most mothers, black mothers, they not about to just allow no shit to happen to their child or be sad, or like, most of the mothers, you know what I'm saying? If they had the opportunity, they'd have been there to do what the homeboys wouldn't have did. I'm sure a lot of mothers
Right.
have thought that. Like, what the fuck was y'all niggas there for? I could have did this, and I'd have made sure these niggas running and doing this, you know, like. But at the same time, like I said on a previous show, I don't think King Von's homeboys was necessarily acting like hoes by running up and then running back. Nigga, shots being fired. Is you really gonna run into fire just to try to save somebody? Now y'all both sitting there laid dead. You know,
Bro,
so
that's what I'm saying. Most motherfuckers say that until you in that situation.
right.
It's just like anybody here shot fired close to him, bro. Motherfucker gonna duck and all that shit. That's just gonna be your natural reflex. I don't care what nobody said they gonna do. Your natural reflex, you gonna duck trying to see where they come from, or you just gonna try to get covered.
It's fight or
You know what I'm
flight,
saying?
human preservation. You're gonna preserve your life by any means necessary. I don't care how tough you is. If a shark is in the water, yo big tough ass, buff ass niggas that think that they work out at Venice Beach, they can beat anybody up. Nigga carry 100 guns. If a shark is in the water, you gonna run. And niggas gonna catch you on video and you gonna be world starred type shit. You know,
Then
but
like my thing is this though. It's like if I'm put myself as King Von. If I'm King Von,
yeah,
I'm gonna think of it like, okay, all I'm talking about is killing motherfuckers.
yeah,
And all
yeah.
my son, I'm disrespectful. I'm disrespecting niggas, and I'm talking about killing motherfuckers. It's on record. I done beat a murder, beat 2 attempts, and all this shit. So if I try to fight a motherfucker gonna think I'm gonna end up trying to kill him. So I'm not finna go with nobody. I'm not gonna go with nobody trying to fight him anyway.
Right, right.
Because what niggas always fuck up at, they think about what they'll do, but they don't never think about what the next man gonna do.
Yeah. Hey, and most of the time, when you build enough confidence to just live your life on the edge to test anybody without thinking, you end up the way that you said you wouldn't get caught up. You know? And that's what we see. We see a lot of people going through karma. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just talking about these rappers, because I don't know necessarily what these niggas did. I don't go off of what the media said. Oh, Mo3 did this. Benny the Butcher did this. Boosie was a gangster. Oh, King Von. I don't necessarily go off of that. The only reason why I speak about the King Von situation is just strictly because I seen that video and I seen how he was with the shit, but he didn't factor who that motherfucker that he knew wouldn't be on the same shit that he on would be on. Like, yeah, this nigga that you going after, he not on that bullshit that you on. That nigga scary. That nigga, he don't want the smoke.
I ain't like the fact how everybody feeling sorry for it, because like when the nigga enemy just died, the nigga LBG Doug just died, how he was marking him, talking about the nigga thing after the man died and all that shit.
And you can't be mad. You can't be mad at that. Hey, this nigga said what he said. Now, anybody that feel a certain type of way, because there is families involved, you can't be mad that the moment that this nigga got shot, they made fucking videos and clowned him, zoomed in on the moment he got shot. Like, you can't get mad at that when he was giving off that energy. You know what I'm saying? He gave off that energy of, nigga, fuck it, I'm with whatever. Hey, rest in peace to everybody. You feel me? We all gonna die one day, but at the same time, it's shit that you could do to avoid an early one. You don't want to get an early exit. So portraying gangsters in that street shit, it ain't worth it. Especially when you got kids. Nigga, I don't care if
you made it out the street.
You made it out. You got kids and you made it out. So you made enough money that you gonna see residually to pay your kids college tuition. You make that every 2 months, whatever. But you still gonna allow a nigga being on Instagram throwing punches at his cell phone to get you riled up and mad and want to either catch a body or be a body. That's deep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, bro, like he started picking that young boy. Them I never seen young boy to say nothing about him.
Yeah. See, you put me up on shit because I just kept seeing young boy name associated with the whole situation, but I never knew why.
Young boy never said nothing about him, bro. Well, you know when King Von got out, him and Belly was cool.
Yeah. Was it true that
young boy had their situation?
One young boy and Kevin Gates real cool?
Yeah.
Is they not cool no more?
Kevin Gates? No.
Yeah, because I seen Kevin Gates say something, but I only assumed that he was talking about NBA YoungBoy off the title of the video I seen, but I didn't know because what he was
Right.
talking about, he was just drunk. It just seemed like he was just rambling, but I guess he was really popping that shit. But I don't see why they beefing. I don't get it, you know. But yeah, I mean it is what it is, though. You feel me? I appreciate you calling in, big dog. This probably the longest live show I've ever done. Facts. Like we had like an hour and
Yeah,
almost
I
40
always catch
minutes.
your shit after you do it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
always watch
hey,
it
I appreciate
afterwards.
that too, family. I appreciate that too. Just hit the notification bell. Share it every time you see it pop up. And just tell a friend to tell a friend, and then that way we could keep building up on the momentum that we trying to do. I'll probably be popping up with some new shit, especially after I figured out how to post a live. I'll post the Jeezy versus Gucci live stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
So now that I figured that out, which is also how I figured out how to be able to talk to my callers without nobody hearing them. Like, so now I'm about to start doing some reaction videos on certain shit. Just to I seen earlier, like I had a guy, he must have thought that I was a Trump support. I mean a Democratic whatever, but I think we became good friends after that, right? James, right? Jonathan. I don't know his name, but he had called in. We had a good conversation. I like stuff like that. So yeah, man. What you think about what we talk about with Lil Boosie? Did we talk about Lil Wayne? We talk about Lil Wayne?
Yeah, but I don't know, Wayne though.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, bro, like that shit is crazy. It's like, do these motherfuckers be like targets or I don't know, man. Like that shit is crazy.
Do you
Weapon
think?
charges, like I can't be mad at him because he protecting his life, man. The way it's going for rappers right now, like
Yeah. But no,
I would have weapons around me too, but
what I wanted to know about Wayne, that do you think him fucking with Trump and endorsing him makes more sense after what we just him knowing that? Because I agree with him as far as nigga, this is what I think. I don't care about what y'all think. But what I'm saying is, do you think it makes more sense why he would do that after finding out he facing 10 years? And we know Trump, he a pardon all his niggas. If you fuck with Trump, he gonna pardon you. So like I don't know.
yeah, shit, it makes sense. But when it came to politics, he done showed us before. He not just a yes man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Wayne
You know what I'm saying?
is
Like everybody like going with this Biden and Kamala shit.
right. The thing is what made people fall in love with Wayne was who we see him being today. So at that time, when he's a little younger and his mindset is still here as opposed to here after multi-millions of dollars, falling out of love with your dad, shit like that. Like, yeah, the Wayne that we knew back then that would isolate himself, rap and all, that's who we see. That's the result of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't expect Wayne to understand or care about anything that any of us would have to think or say about any particular thing. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I think, even when he go on fucking first take and shit, like, or is it first take? No, he fuck with Skip more than he fuck with Stephen A. Smith, I believe.
Shannon.
Yeah, and Shannon Sharp.
Undisputed.
Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Undisputed.
Yeah, undisputed. Yep. So shit like that, like I feel like, he he's still the same way. Like the thing I appreciate about niggas like that is they consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish
Hell yeah.
I wish it would have been a thing that we could have seen had he not been able to benefit off of the relationship with Trump if he would still be the same way. Let's say it was Obama in office, cause didn't he diss Obama or some shit? You know, like so. I would like to see if he would stay consistent when shit like that changes. You know, but you know I ain't even gonna front though. It
Right.
is what it is. I don't be giving a fuck. You heard about Meek Mill being banned from Philly?
Yeah, but it's like the third time. Niggas be on Nick Head and Philly, man. It's like,
Hey, they be on his neck, don't they? Hey, for
it be the
real though.
ones like, yo, I don't know why it be the ones where you front the most, man. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how it is, bro. Like, it's just one of those situations where people that feel like they know you the most is the ones that get affected by what you do. You know, so
And it's like, man, it's like
just think
Cause
about
on
it,
Rick,
bro. I'm from Ohio. Everybody I
right.
know in Ohio, when they see LeBron James riding through Akron, they not all, oh LeBron, oh my God. But you see this nigga out here in Cali, and you gotta have fucking police escorts to direct traffic and shit, you know? So it's like that. So with
Yeah.
that same mindset that I'm not a fan of you like that, bro. You from where I'm from. So now depending on a nigga lifestyle or his situation, it might go from respecting, oh that nigga he from the city, he doing it, to why he think he the only nigga from the city that can do it. So
Right.
that's the
But see,
difference.
this my thing about it though. Is it cause that I know you, I owe you? I owe you because I know you?
That's how it is. You look at family.
Like,
Family shows us that. You got certain family members that won't give a fuck if you dead or alive, but let you hit the lottery. Hey, what's up, cuz? How you been, cousin? I love you,
man.
cuz. You know, like that's just the reality of it. I'm broke, by the way,
Yeah.
family. I don't have it. Like, I'm broke. Don't ask me for nothing. We might be able to go live and not lag, but whoo, we broke.
Ask me how my kids do.
Hit the cash app.
Goddamn.
Huh?
Ask me how my kids doing or something.
You know?
God
And
damn.
that's the thing. It's the see the thing about it is when you don't need shit from nobody, it's the little shit you look for, right? It's the little shit like a motherfucker sending a text to you talking about, hey, how you doing? Be safe out here, or I love you, or call me when you get a chance. It's the motherfuckers that don't hit you up, but heard from such and such, such and such, such and such, such and such, that you just oh, he got a settlement. You got a settlement. Oh, let me call and see. That's the difference in the issue. It's the motherfuckers that just don't give a fuck about you whether you got it or not. They just want to see what they can get out of it. So they not gonna call you when you down and out. They gonna call you when they think you up. You know what I'm saying? And even when they call you when they think you up, they not calling to see how you doing. Hey, did you catch COVID? You straight? Nah, okay. I'ma send you something. Nah, it ain't never that. It's I can't pay this. Can I borrow this? I heard you out there with this. So that's the shit you gotta deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell my mama, like, I'm not tripping if I was to ever hit the lottery and have family members talking about, oh, what's up? Can I nigga have your hand out as long as I have mine out. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? Like the ones who I fuck with know they straight. But outside of that, nah. And even them, it's like I got a family first. I got kids. So if all I got
Yeah.
is to spread along my kids, then that's just it. My kids benefit. You know, but
Then you
if I
got to
can,
think about the fact one day my kids gonna have kids.
and that's the thing, it's generational wealth. So it's all a mindset. It's all a mind frame and an approach. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, like I'm still trying to get there and figure it out. I just feel like I know enough common sense to be like, I can't partake in going to go hit a lick with the homies, or you know what I'm saying? Or and I'm saying that as a figure of a speech because I don't kick it with
Yeah.
niggas like that. I'm a loner. Nigga, I literally ran in from work to try to get the live show on. You know?
Right.
You know, like that excited me. Any nigga that then came across me today was, hey man, you about to watch that Gucci and Jeezy, nigga? Nah, what's that? I hate niggas like that. That keep their head in their phone all day, but don't know what Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter is. I hate niggas like that. Like, what you doing on here? Just stalking bitches? You just stalking bitches. Nigga trying to act like, and that's another thing.
That's
That's the
all they
mind
do.
frame where you too cool for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that shit all the
Right.
time. Motherfuckers that's on Instagram nonstop. The first thing they try to do when they get back on Facebook is, what? I didn't know people still was on Facebook. Like, shut up, bitch.
Yeah, and I had to, bro. Like I had to watch that shit because this is a conversation I've been having with motherfuckers for years.
Yeah, it was, bro, they had 1.6, 1.7 million viewers. And shit, they had a meal
Mm-hmm.
before they even started the motherfucker. You feel me? But
I already knew Jeezy was gonna do his thing, but Jeezy got that shit, man.
hell yeah, nigga, you already know. Gucci was talking
Jeezy got that
greasy
shit.
because he knew he was gonna get people on the entertainment side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gucci was talking greasy. It's the same thing that Manny Fresh did when he battled Scott Storch. Manny Fresh was doing all kind of disrespectful shit, but that's because he was trying to tap into the people that you know didn't know that knew Scott Storch. Like you fuck with everybody, Mariah Carey, everybody.
Right.
You know, Manny Fresh. He a neighborhood legend to us. That didn't like my first album I bought was Juvenile 400 Degrees. I still listen to that shit now. And it's crazy because,
What? That's my shit.
nigga, that's, bro, I was
That's
living
my.
in Decatur, Georgia. First fucking album I ever listened to. Nigga, I love that album so much. Nigga, I got a notepad and wrote the lyrics to every song, and I got a whooping because my mama found it. Who the fuck cussing in all this? Who wrote all these cuss words in this? Yeah, nigga, I
That's
was.
my shit.
You say I'm in a room with a man? Don't get me started, nigga. That nigga, man, that whole album,
Man,
front to Ghetto
this is
Children,
crazy. I wonder who Juvie can do a versus with.
Juvie. He should do it with Nelly, cause those two, it went from Juvenile to I listened to Juvenile all the way up until the emergence of Nelly, and Nellyville was the hardest shit, and then the song where he had dang, what was that song, man? I'll never forget it. He had the St. Louis Rams. It was like a fucking Cutlass or something in the video. I don't know, but yeah, those was the top two, and then that's when I don't know who Jeezy. Yeah, so
That
that's
was
that's
that when Nelly dropped the Air Force One and shit, ain't it? Or the
well, that was the that yeah, it was, huh? Yeah, cause
Yeah.
even Welcome to Nellyville was some hard, nigga. Like he had that nigga Cedric the Entertainer on the skits and shit. Man, bro, I'm probably exposing my age, but I'm still young though. Yeah, you feel me?
Mm.
But yeah, man, I'm about to get on up
And
out
now
of
you
here,
said
big dog.
Juve and Nelly.
Huh?
All right. You said Juve and Nelly though. Nah, man, you gotta put somebody else to get Juve, man.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying if I go with who I listen to around
90
that time.
seconds.
Yeah, so you can hear
Yeah.
my phone line is 90 seconds. So we're gonna let this bitch not interrupt us again. And yeah, man, just hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That way, anytime we go live, you could tap in. I appreciate you calling. Shout out your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is you want to promote. Promote that shit right now, big
60
dog.
seconds.
Shit, I'm on Instagram at BigSip_74.
7-4. My nigga out here sound like a young bird, man. You heard me? Shit, nigga. Made me want to move down south to get me an accent real quick. But all right, big dog, I don't want you to get cut off on, man. I'm going to holler at you. You feel me?
All right. Stay
All right,
safe.
big dog. You too.
All right.
Yeah, that was my boy, Big Sip Dog. You heard? Hold on real quick. Yeah, that was my boy, Big Sip Dog, in the building. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'm spinning like this in my seat because I got to take a piss. You heard? I was trying to make it to the 2-hour mark, but we'll get there one day. Hey, I appreciate y'all though. Y'all stay up. I'll read the comments all the way when we get a chance on the. I believe this is Facebook. I'll go in there and check it out. It's another episode of Politicking Podcast. Hit the cash app.